Yeah, the software is telling me that I'm live, but especially after the experience of the last week where nothing really get to work at the beginning of it, I'm totally unsure. So give me a brief info if I'm really live on the air. Yep, okay, someone's telling me live. That's good. So let's see if I can get some cool 5-minute games in. I'm sitting on a pretty high rating, so the live session here will be a bit dangerous for my rating, I fear. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, the chat window. I'm going to answer to the chat, but I try to look at it more between the games so that during play I'm kind of more focused on the actual game. I don't get a game now. What is this? Why am I not getting a game? I already clicked there, right? Yeah, that's kind of a long wait. Unusual. Okay. Yeah, how are you guys? Any questions? Oh, now I get a game. Let's see. Against Deranged from the UK. What is this guy? 2450. Yeah, that's high. That's a high rating. So I get yeah, this is getting popular. The now how it is called, the Veresov attack. Okay, I'm going to play in a solid fashion, giving me some space for the bishop. Okay. Maybe that wasn't necessary, really, now that I think of it. Okay, he's trading there. Yeah, I got a question. How was my trip to Hamburg? Okay, it was okay. I been to Hamburg and went to work a little bit for a competitor of ICC, so I'm not going to tell you much about that. It's really not very appropriate to do that during a live broadcast here. It was a good experience, though. It was lots of work, but good to do. And I can also tell you that there will also be some more content on the way that I'm going to produce for ICC. So it's just around the corner, let's say. Okay, what about threatening checkmate? Let's threaten checkmate. We all like to do that. Okay, b3. I had some squares. Knight b3. So where am I going? Should be 6, I guess, and then a5, a4. It looks okay for me. I think I'm in the center. This is kind of worrisome, but well, I don't know. Is he going to really get somewhere? G5 and G6 going to happen. I can go to H5 though. Okay, I'm going to try that. A5, A4. Now he's going back. Interesting. I have to get out of the possible. Yeah, now he has that with the tempo. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking knight h5, attacking the bishop there, but of course now I don't have this tempo move, and he has g6, which is a bit awkward. Okay, I did not expect that move, but it's not bad, of course. And g6 is coming. That's not looking good there. That's not looking good. Yeah, I'm worse. Whatever you play, I'm worse here. C takes, he had knight b5. And maybe knight takes, I don't know. It looks awkward. He can just take h6 here, which is good. Yeah, just g takes h6 is good. Yeah, this also might be good. But here I can castle. Maybe I can survive castling. I don't know. It looks very, very shaky. If he takes f7, I can at least recapture. Rook g1 simply for an attack. The bad thing is that a4 is not threatening very much. It really isn't. And he's threatening bishop h6 here. a4, bishop h6. Tja, a4 takes, c takes. That's not really great. And he has queen g6 possibly coming up. Yeah, but okay, I cannot just sit around. I rather give him this h6 pawn here for the h-file. It's probably never enough, but still. So queen g6 is coming. I should at least prevent that. He has bishop g7 possibly, but okay, nothing that I can do about it. Trying to take c3 here. Maybe knight c4 is a threat now. Yeah, maybe. Knight c4 for mate on b2, and if he takes, bishop takes. Yeah, it's worse anyway. I wonder, maybe he can just take g7 and crash through. Bishop takes, rook takes, king takes, rook g1 check, and so it might be just winning. Might be. Bishop g7. Can I go knight c4 there? Not sure. Yeah, but let's see what he's doing. Come on. I'm totally down on time here. Yeah, it's a very critical position, but he can probably just play a move like rook g2, yeah, covering the second rank and kind of asking me what am I going to do next. And this is not easy to answer this question. Okay, he went for the kill. Okay, so can I take on c3 or not? If I do that, what is his move? Bishop e5 check or bishop h6 check? Tja, probably just wins. Knight c4, however. I don't know. I'm probably losing, but let's just speculate here a bit. If he goes bishop e5 check, I play king f8, and I'm not sure he mates me. I'm certainly lost, yeah. But let's try there. Okay. That's at least an easy move. Queen b2 mate is the idea. If he goes rook g2, I play rook a4, threatening rook b4 check. Yeah, this is some counterplay here, at least a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm still losing directly, but I don't see it at the moment. Like rook g8 or something. I can even play king e7. And I can probably also take the rook. Huh. What is he doing now? I'm not sure. Oh, that I did not see at all. It's probably not a bad move. So I'm going to take it. And now rook a4. Rook a3, I mean. Activating the rook, and I can take on f3 with the other rook. That gets kind of strange. If I take there, I'm threatening queen b4 if he moves the queen. Huh, what a weird position. Rook f1, yes, I just saw it. This is a tricky move. I don't have a check somewhere. Maybe here for possible queen f5. I didn't see that one coming. Yes, queen a3. I didn't see that coming. Queen g3. Okay, let's give it a check. Okay, trying to play actively here. Trying to use the c-pawn. Check. It's a check. Nah, it's a check. That's the big issue. Wow, it's a check. That's awful. That was really bad. I was really out of the woods mostly, I think. Okay, he went there. Okay, I need to pre-move them. Okay, resigns. I think I always was out of it, but at the end he got in queen e2 check. What a bad thing happening there. Yeah, what a weird game. Yeah, I don't play with increment because there is no increment pool on ICC, which might or might not change in the future. I like to play the automated pool games because they give the best opposition, and they are a little bit fairer, I think, because they don't allow for people to decline challenges and so on. If they play, they play. They cannot dodge your challenge. Sometimes you have that. Yeah, people play against you in a challenge system. They win a game. They recognize, oh, that guy is really strong and somehow I got to win. Then they don't play anymore. And in the rating, in the pools here, they cannot dodge the thing. If they have the game started, it is going to be played. That's good. Who's the greatest player that never became world champion? This is probably a matter of taste. My personal opinion there would be Rubinstein, but there are maybe different opinions. There is always an argument to be made for people like Karras, but I really think that Rubinstein really at one point before World War I, he was the best player for 2 or 3 years, and I don't think that this applies to Karras or Korchnoi or any of the other games or any of the other people that are normally mentioned in this regard. Okay, so Black here played a quick c5. Interesting. Interesting. Knight d5. Can I go knight d5, rook c2, knight e7? How weird is that? Knight d5, rook c2, knight e7, rook b2. What kind of position is that? It's equal material-wise, but my knight on e7 is trapped. Funny. I can go to c6. Okay, let's do that. I don't really understand it. And here, well, he has to take the queen. Everything else is kind of weird. Pawn takes is just bad for black, and well, he has to take the queen. So rook takes c2, knight e7, rook b2, and I thought knight c6 might be quite good, but this is a very, very weird position. I don't really know what he's thinking. He has to take c2 anyway. E takes is strategically terrible, and bishop takes loses the rook, so I don't know what is there to think about. Strange. Always rook c2 losing or something. I don't see it. Possible. Knight e7, rook b2. Is there some great move there? I don't see it. Can I trap his rook? No, I don't think so. Knight c6. Then e5, knight f5. I mean, he really has to take on c2. E takes is just not any good. Maybe he can take e. Maybe he can play e takes. Yeah, maybe. Then g6 is not possible. E takes. I just play queen d1, threatening knight f5. I don't see what he does against that. Even g6, there's possibly knight f5. Weird. I don't understand what he's thinking about as well. Bayerischer Schweizer is writing that. Yeah, he really has to do that. The other stuff is terrible. Okay, so now I have to go to c6, right? There is no other square. And this is based on the fact that on e5 I have knight f5, but it's still kind of strange, this position. So I have my doubts really about this. It looks shaky. So let's say he goes a6. What am I going to play then? I don't really know. I don't really know. Maybe bishop f3 to support the knight. a6 looks kind of normal. Yeah, and at the end he did play it. So what about this now? Can I go? I cannot really go anywhere with the knight. Weird. I was thinking this is maybe a move, just protecting it. And on castles I can go knight e7 at least. And I cannot trap his bloody rook on b2, yeah? It's really strange. Ah, okay. So he just took there, which is kind of comfortable in comparison. Maybe I should take with the bishop, actually. I don't know. But this is a pin, and bishop b7 is a move. Ah, yes, knight c5. Yeah, that was stupid, going into knight c5. Nah, okay, I'm going back. That wasn't good. Bishop c7 was just losing a move for absolutely nothing. Yeah, at least I think it's for nothing. What is he doing now, though? Maybe I don't have that. I thought b4 maybe could be a trick. Rook takes knight c6. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to trade this rook. And now maybe b4 is an idea to get a6. It's very equalish, but at least I have more time. This is kind of good. So check. And there, to attack on a6. Maybe he can take on b3 for trades, but at the end I'm going to be a little bit more active here. With the rook coming on the 7th rank and possibly bishop c4. So what is this? What is he going to do? Rook c8 for activating the rook. He's down on 20-something seconds, right? This is kind of funny. So what am I going to do? I can take there. I can just take, right? If he checks me, I have bishop f1. What is this for? For rook c2 here. Ah, that's true. Yeah, that's true actually. Okay, so he's going back now. Rook c2. I have the check though on rook c2. I will probably win this on time, but I tried to still make good moves here. Oh, I did not really think about this so greatly. Now we can do this, but okay, I still have the slightly better endgame in terms of in case of that here. Let's see. I can enter with the king or push the pawn. I will probably push the pawn. Okay, I'm going to go b6 and now trying to come over with a king. G4 is not helping. I have to do it like that. I mean, this is not a dead draw. I can really play this on. No. This is, I mean, this is probably a draw, but you still have to play this. There's really no reason to make a draw here. It is very drawish though. Come on, you cannot play like a total slug and then expect to get a draw in a not so clear endgame. Okay, so next one. I really had reasons to play on with because of the b pawn. Okay, what do you think about making notes of the moves while playing in a rapid tournament? I don't know. I never saw that happen actually. I don't know. Well, there are kind of some questions here. Let's have I ever played the French defense, and if yes, why did you stop playing it? I played it quite a lot actually, but I didn't have that great I didn't have any great results. That was the first problem. And I noticed that in the French sometimes white has the tendency of getting an attack on my king. I mean, yeah, sometimes you have less space on the king side, they kind of attack my king, and I didn't really like it that my king got under pressure. What to do if I have a tournament in 2 weeks? If you really want to get your game sharpened up in 2 weeks, you should do some tactics. Really do some tactics and trying to get a fresh mind, let's say. Okay, playing deep black. Who is this guy actually? Carlos Garcia Palermo. Yeah, that's an oldie, in his 60s. What do you think is one area you want to improve in your game? My game, yes, I would really love to be better at calculation. Many other areas of my game are really okay, but I sometimes calculate real nonsense. Okay, there's a question. Someone writes, I play the Q's Gambit QGD exchange. What when playing against the Nimzo, which E3 Nimzo would you suggest? The E3 and Knight G2 setup, because positions can be similar, or Bishop D3 and Knight F3 hoping to get an IQP position? Well, that's a very, very specific question. E3 Knight E2 is possible, but it's a line that I personally don't like so much, because it's how can you call that? It's very sluggish in terms of development. No, he's a GM. He's Carlos Garcia Palermo. This is a classic GM. He's an old-timer GM in his 60s, but still quite good. He's in the high 2,400s elo-wise. How do you win against someone who keeps exchanging everything? Yeah, try to, if they really want to exchange everything, try to offer them exchanges that that are favorable for you. Sometimes they really want to exchange everything because they have no other idea how to play a game. And then the idea would be to try to initiate exchanges that are okay for you. Yeah, it sounds very basic, but it's really the way to go. You shouldn't try to avoid every exchange, but try to maybe go for exchanges that you don't mind. Yeah, okay, what is happening in this game? He's really doing nothing here. But I'm still not hugely bad or anything. I still like my position though. The double pawn is not a problem, and his b2 pawn can be an issue. The knight to a4, knight to d3. I'm comfortable here. I like my position, but I'm not sure as, however, how to play it concretely. Let's do this and try to be quick. I'm really a bit ahead on the clock. Yeah, I didn't really answer the question about the Nimzo. I think by comparison, I would play the e3, bishop d3, and knight f3 line, the total main line. I think this is more. It is quicker. You have a quicker development there, and this is something that I usually prefer. But it's a lot of it is a matter of taste. It's not a matter of good or bad moves. Yeah, this guy is trading everything. But okay, what is he doing here? Trying to play knight d3. Okay, I'm going up with my king. At least he can never move the b pawn due to knight c3 check. So, is there any other question? Let's see. Okay, I have to play a couple of moves here. What is he going to do though? What is his idea? Knight d3 is probably the idea, right? Okay, so maybe rook c8. Trying to be annoying. And see what he does. What is it that I can do here? Can I do something active? Not much, huh? I can play rook c5, b5, but it's probably leading nowhere. Okay, so rook c1. Okay, maybe I can activate the king. If he goes rook c1 now, that will be a terrible trade. Okay, I wonder. Yeah, well, okay, knight c5 is a draw, but that's all of it. That's really not great. I wonder if rook c4 is a move. Well, you can just play f3. b3, knight c3 might be good for me, but it's difficult to do something here. Okay. Rook e1. Is he going to play e5? Maybe. Okay, I'm gaining a little bit of space here. Okay, he plays e5. But isn't this kind of tricky if I take now here? He can probably take on b5 though. Naja, but this is still probably the best chance that I have. Okay, so if I take now, it's leading nowhere, but I can give the check. And what about this? I can take a3 and he takes a5, right? I don't have... Do I have anything better there? Rook a8 leads nowhere. I don't know, maybe I should have just taken a3. Maybe I should have just taken, but okay, I don't think I'm taking a big risk here. Oh, really? Okay, it's not a huge deal. I was thinking that this is not a good trade, but it probably is okay for him. Can take, go to d5. I guess I go to d5, right? Trying to be active. Rook b5, rook c5. It is a draw, no matter how you play it, really. Check. Tja. Can even go king a4 here. No, it's a draw. King a4, I will play king c5. Maybe he will take. Okay, he won't take. G4 is a bit of a weird move, actually. If I go here for rook f4, rook h6. It is still a draw, of course. Takes h4. Takes h4, king d4. I cannot go there. I was intending to play rook f4, but it's not really working. Nah, it's just a draw. What can you do? Yeah, rook f4 he can trade. He can just trade for the advanced pawns. H5, he might go G5. Nah, I played this too ambitiously. I should have just played some normal moves. I tried to do something in this endgame, which wasn't a good idea. Yeah, I was just too ambitious. I was just too ambitious in this endgame by far. And now I'm sitting in this crap of a position. Okay. And now he can go rook e7. No. And he will see that. No, he didn't see it. Yeah, this is actually a draw, I think. I'm offering a draw. He can try to win on time, but he's very slow. It is really just a draw. Yeah, game drawn by repetition. Wow. Nah, I totally screwed that one up. It was a slightly better endgame at the start, but then I outplayed myself by trying to do something that was not there. Okay, I'm probably... there's a question about going to a first over-the-board chess tournament, like a tournament for beginners, if there is something like that. I'm not sure. Beginner is a bit tough maybe, but there are tournaments, and it depends very much on where you are located, because the tournament scene in Europe and the US, for example, is kind of different. But there are often local tournaments that are structures into groups. Yeah, like there's a top group which is open for everybody, which maybe is frequented by players like I am, or there might be a group for, let's say, people rated below 1500 or something. And this is maybe the way you want to go. Yeah, if you are Spanish, that's good, because Spain has many chess tournaments. It's far more difficult to get a tournament in some other places. Spain is really great for chess, so you can be glad there. Okay, knight a6 is what this guy played. I think he's going for knight b4 and possibly bishop to f5. I wonder. Yeah, a3 is kind of lame, but it is kind of lame, but I don't know what is best here. Yeah, if you enter those kind of lower rated category tournaments, you maybe will meet a couple of junior players. That's very likely. Okay, I'm playing a very simple way here with bishop d3. Yeah, Spain is good for chess in general. There are many good events on all levels, let's say. Okay, I'm just going to play simple developing moves, and he's going to try to trade stuff. Okay. Not much that I can do. I still have a decent position. Nothing terrible happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to trade. I actually question my decision now of going to e5. I don't want to trade there. Yeah, it might happen that you lose against one of the kids, but that's the way it is. Okay, so the only thing that I have going in for me is that this bishop on g7 is not doing much. I still like my position, but it's nothing really great. Have to be objective there. Maybe I should have played rook b1, attacking the b pawn. Okay, but that's not bad. Just looking at the b pawn. What is the main difference between the Caro-Kann and the French strategically? Yeah, the only thing that they have in common that they are both openings that are fixed on or based on a light squared pawn placement. Yeah, e6, d5 or c6, d5 are light squares, but they are really a bit different, quite a bit actually. Because in the French, you tend to get the positions are mostly really closed. While in the Caro-Kann, you very often get half open positions if you take on e4. In the French, you can take on e4, but that's not the main feature of the position. Very often you have this e5 closed center. However, nowadays, against the Caro-Kann, people play the e5 advance quite often. And this is quite comparable in terms of strategy. Yeah? It's also the center, yeah, and they're not so far away from one another, even if the bishop is outside of the chain. French is usually leading to a little bit more, I don't know if I should say it like that, leading to a bit more complex positions. It's often a little bit more complicated. While the Caro-Kann, especially if white is playing knight c3 or knight d2 on move 3, tends to get a little bit more, let's say, a bit more, this is a bit smoother sometimes, you know, it's not so complicated. But it's not, I'm not really trying to judge the openings here, just different kind of scenario. Okay, we had some trades in this game, and now with b5 I'm trying to do something here against his pawns. Yeah, so am I going to play knight c5 or not? I can also play knight b4, which is interesting. Maybe knight b4. The Caro-Kann is not boring actually. It's not that boring. Oh, I totally forgot that you can take. That's a bad mistake on my part. The Caro-Kann is not boring. It really isn't, because they mostly play, I mean, you can play with long castle. Yeah, you can have opposite side castling, for example, quite often in the main lines. And in the advanced variation is not boring at all. It's very sharp, actually. I don't know if I'm playing this right here with rook c7. if you have problems with converting positions, it's very often due to sloppy calculation, because, well, you feel like, well, I'm okay, I did everything all right, but how do I actually win? And this is very often something that can only be done with pure number crunching, yeah? Move by move by move of calculation. And very often you lose games at exactly this point, where you have to number crunch things. Okay, speaking of that, I'm really not sure what this position is. If I take b7 with the rook takes a3, I think I'm stopping the pawn, but takes a3, I might not stop the pawn. a3, knight c5, a4. How awkward is that? Okay, I'm going to take. And see what I can do here. Is there any way here to knight d6 check? At least I'm active. Okay. Knight d6 check. He's going to d8 there. Okay. Still, I'm going to play that. Maybe I get in knight c4 here. And sometimes I have checks here. Yeah, I can give him a ton of checks now, at least. Come on, you want to draw? That's kind of lame in this position. You're just a pawn up, buddy. Can I play for a win here? I don't think so, really. Come on. Okay, it's just a blitz game. I probably shouldn't do that. That's not objectively right. But I'm trying. I'm really just a pawn down, to be honest. So, not a good idea to try to play for a win. Maybe here. Just trying to get b6. Where is he going? Rook f2? It gets kind of... Oh, he's giving me the rook. So this paid off. But it was a very risky decision to continue. Okay. Let's see. There is a recommendation. Yeah, there is a recommendation for a book, and I like the book actually. Someone writes that they got a vigorous chess opening repertoire for black. This is an opening about the Petrov defense, and the Petrov is an opening that is vastly misunderstood, I think. It's very often, yeah, it's very often described as very boring and stuff like that. Well, there are some lines in the Petrov that are boring, but not necessarily. If both players really want to fight, you can really play this in an aggressive way. So what is this actually? I recently looked at that. I think, is this knight e5 here? d6. I've forgotten the whole thing. Why do I play this? I don't know. The black thing in my shelf is a speaker system. Yeah, the Petrov is not a bad opening at all. The advantage of it as the black player is that the white players don't get it so often, because it has such a boring reputation that people don't play it. But there is no big reason not to play it, objectively speaking. The only reason I don't play the Petrov is that it tends to lead to very open positions. It's actually a tactical opening, a little bit. And I like positions where I have some pawn play, where I can play for pawn breaks and things like that. And this is not happening in the Petrov very much. The Petrov is good for people who want open positions with calculation. And I rather have a position that is more in a strategic nature, yeah, something that is more, yeah, more close, let's say. Okay, I'm trying to trade something here. By the way, this is a very strong opponent, Revisor. He's a GM, Korotilyev is the name. He's about 2,580 or something like that, so pretty strong opponent. Yeah, you get symmetrical positions with an open e-file in the Petrov, that's true. But the thing is that quite often there is some kind of tension there because of the piece placement. It's not necessarily boring all of the time. I understand your feeling. It is not the complicated opening ever, but it is sometimes really helpful that the white players don't have a great recipe against it. It's just the case. They don't get it so often. Whenever I prepare for people with my e5 and my Ruy Lopez black, I always see that they never get the Petrov, and I always think, okay, they're never ever going to have something great in the Petrov. So yeah, I played against this guy. It was very funny in one of my regular Blitz games, and he overlooked a win and resigned instead of just winning. It was kind of a funny situation, really. It was very funny. Yeah, okay. This game is rather boring, I have to admit. We traded a little bit, and it is, I think, about equal. It looks like that my c-pawn here is a slight weakness, but I don't know how bad it is. Here I was thinking that c5 should be good. Let's do that. Come on, keep it simple. Trying to trade this weak pawn. If he moves something on the c-file, I can take d6 with attack on the queen. This is not very exciting, but he caught me in an opening line that I don't know a lot. I'm studying this a bit for white, but I don't know. Yeah, I can play the Petrov, but I really don't know it. I really don't know it a lot, but I think it's not a bad idea to play it. It's really not, especially if you want an open position. There are some lines that are not very exciting, that's true, but you have unexciting lines in other openings as well. Yeah, the exchange French maybe, or Caro-Kann exchange, or whatever. Okay, he decided to just take, which is the simple decision. Here I really think it should be totally equal. Or maybe can I do something on the e6 pawn? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe on the... I can go rook c7, but there's knight... Maybe knight d4 looks good, right? Looking at e6, and if he goes e5, I can take f5. At least after the trade. Okay, he went there. Like here. Maybe he can play e3 actually. Okay, bishop e4. E5, I mean. E5, bishop e4, knight f5 should be possible though. Okay. Okay, let's use the c-file. This is equalish, very equalish, but check, he goes rook d7. Can try knight f3 to e5, but it's probably not leading too much. Maybe still the relatively best chance. Ah yeah, of course, yeah, now he just controls c7. I forgot about that. What can I do here? Can I do something at all? I don't really think so. If I give the check, he goes to f6. And he has rook b2 coming, maybe. It's just equal. You can. It's very difficult to get anything going here. He's threatening knight e3 now. Not sure. I mean, king g1 looks kind of weird. Okay, I'm going to try, but Okay, here we go. But here. No, there's really nothing going on. Let's just trade down and offer a draw here. He doesn't want to. That's kind of funny. Winning with black is kind of a, and now he offered a draw himself. Yeah, it's really nothing going on. He's 100 something favorite, but this is totally drawn. Okay, let's see. Any bad? Not bad. Any commentary? Yeah, I had a good match against Curtains, right? Greg Shahada. It was just one of those cases where things went my way. It's just sometimes happens. In the first game, if you saw that, in the first game, I played my pet line in the Rui Lopez. That's not really good, but I really know it really well, and that was really good for me that I got something that I know. And in the second game, it was a very normal kind of thing, a normal D4 Queen's Indian opening, and yeah, what can you say? And what exactly is this guy doing? 8 miles high. You're probably high on something. GM Elo something. Okay. A4 and stuff. This is kind of funny. Rook to H4. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to develop and see what happens. So E4, I guess. I don't know. There is probably some kind of substances involved here. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but some kind of substance is involved. It could be alcohol. It could be something more. But this is not looking really good. I mean, let's see. I can take E3 for probably winning a pawn and the queen, but queen to D6 is also quite good. Okay, let's just take them. It is it should be quite okay, let's say. I mean, this A4 H4 stuff is something that should be probably yeah, limited to bullet chess, if at all. I mean, in bullet you can do many weird things, but 5 minute, I'm not saying it's serious chess, but it's kind of a little bit more serious. Okay, threatens mate on C2 and the bishop, so that's it. Yeah, it is a bit too much, but thanks for the points. Let's see, anything here? Nope, no serious question. Yeah, I'm really high in terms of rating here. It's nice. 2-5 something is my record here. Okay, let's go. My record on the Chess Explained account, I had a higher rating with a non-commentary account once, but I never got above 2-5, 60, 70 or so. Okay, so we play a funny line here in the Queen's Indian. Yeah, play that guy more and get to 5. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. He probably already fell off his chair. Okay, well, this is an interesting line here. After taking on D2, I got a nice bishop to E4. A very flexible position. This is kind of typical for the Queen's Indian. You're very flexible and solid. So let's see. Oh wow, what is this guy doing? Huh, I did not think about this one. H takes. Or take the... No. Okay, I'm taking the queen. It's just a trade, really. That's not a very exciting position. I guess when you get high in the rating department, they probably start to play for draws more. Maybe this guy is just wanting to trade stuff and make a draw. It looks a bit like that. Okay, maybe I can get to a position where he can put... that's not really... Okay. I wonder if I'm even worse a little bit here with bishop c6. Maybe. But the thing is, he wants to trade everything under the sun. And I don't mind it that much here. Go d5 maybe. I'd like to get my rook on the e file, but I don't see any way to do it. I can go knight d7, but then he probably takes it. Maybe knight to e7. Yeah, that won't be easy here. If you are really like 1800, 1700 and so on, what you should do is study opening principles, looking at opening sequences to try to get an idea how to punish bad play, because many of your opponents will play bad moves in the opening. You should be able to exploit that. But learning tons of moves like concrete lines is really a bit too early. It's not helpful for you to learn a complicated opening. You should learn how the things kind of work together, let's say, but it's not necessary to study many concrete lines. Okay, what do we get here? We're going to get rooks traded as well. No. Maybe he's actually playing well. That could be rook e7, rook d3 for the rook swing. Okay, so I should be ready for this. Okay, interesting. Maybe I can prepare c5 in this position. Takes knight. Okay, let's go c5. I can take and play rook d7. Oh, that's stupid. He can take c5. I forgot about that. I was only thinking the en passant capture. Yeah, d takes c5 is good for him. It's just good for white. D takes rook d7. Awful, really awful. Okay, I probably have to... Oh, he doesn't do it. He doesn't play it. I don't know why, but he did not play it. Okay, maybe here. Okay. If I get rooks traded, I'm very okay, but I don't know if I ever manage that. Yeah, tactics are far more important for beginning players than any openings. That's really true. Okay, my idea is to play knight to f5 and then establish the knight on d4. Here I'm also trying to play rook. Oh, I can play rook d7 now. The rook trade is excellent for black, quite clearly. So he won't trade rooks. Would be very surprising. Okay, maybe bishop here is his idea. I don't know. I'm going here, activating the rook. And maybe I can get in king d8, knight f5 to d4. I'm also attacking this here on f2. Not sure how he's going to defend against that. Bishop c6 is mostly a check. And not much more. Maybe I cannot take there on f2 because of rook d3 check and rook d7. That's very much possible actually. So I'm just going back, attacking the bishop. Trying to win a pawn. So here, I can go here and knight to d4, right? I'm going to go there. And again, the rook trade I'm very okay with, as his pawns are all on light squares, so I don't mind that at all. Okay, I can also... Okay, I just go there. Knight on d4, that cannot be possibly bad. Okay, what now? Rook f6 or probably this, right? For rook to e7, trying to force the rook trade. Okay. Yeah, he now has to trade, really, I think. It looks very strange to move the rook somewhere on the 4th rank, where it has almost no squares. Okay, now I can trade, but I don't know if I should. I think I should. It cannot be bad, this endgame, and it probably has some chances to play for a win. So I want to attack the pawn there. Let's see. c3 to a4 is not easy to get in. Okay, let's start like that. Okay, trying to fight for some squares here and put more stuff that he has on light squares. So I'm totally safe here now. Can get the king here, and now I have to think about how can I improve the knight. Can I somehow attack the pawn? I can play knight e2, c3, a4. If I go knight e2, king d3, knight f4 check, it doesn't lead to much. Okay, maybe start like this. And if I go here, knight e2, yeah, maybe trying to go there. He can go. I can do that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I have to go back. Now he can play h4. Actually, I should have avoided that one. Maybe I have no win. It's possible. It looks very nice, but maybe I have no win. But now I get to the pawn, right? And I will take it. Not sure that it wins though. Yeah, this is a pawn, a passer. Okay, I have to go to d6 and then b5. Yeah, he lost some time. He lost some time. It's probably a draw. Probably a draw. Okay. I don't think that the advice to focus on tactics for beginner players, or it is helpful to study opening principles. You can study openings by looking at games. Yeah, if you look at like older games where opening principles are violated and they are punished, let's say with a direct attack in the early opening, this is something that is helpful. Definitely, and I don't object to that at all. In fact, if I have players, I'm a chess teacher, and I have some people rated 1200, 1300, 1400, and I often look at short games by strong players like Alekhine, Morphy, how they punished weak opening play, because this is something that is coming up all the time, even nowadays. So it's very useful to look at that. It's not useful to look at 20 moves off the poison pawn knight off. This is in fact totally ridiculous. Yeah, so This is what I'm trying to say. You have to do the right things with the openings. If you focus on middle games, these kind of things, it is very, very useful to do so. Okay, what is this guy doing actually? He's playing very, very quickly, and this is a strange kind of tirage. Okay, let's take there, and now knight d1 to knight e1 to d3 maybe. It looks really strange what black did in this game. But he's playing in an instant. I really love those people. Playing instant moves, and then they have a crap position and they start to think and think and think, and all of a sudden they recognize, oh wow, this isn't any good. Okay, I don't know how bad this is, but it's not great. Let's see, is he threatening to take e2? Maybe. Can take c6 and d6. I don't like to give up my bishop against this kind of play. He's obviously just playing for, yeah, kind of for short move tactics or things like that. But okay, it's probably still right to do so. Okay, if I take there, I can take there, right? There's no reason not to, but I have to be circumspect. He's probably, as mentioned, playing for some tactics. Okay, if I give the check here, he has to go to h8. Knight f3 is not really great. Not so easy. I can give a ton of checks, of course, but it's not leading too much. I can repeat moves there. Okay, probably knight g2. Okay, just takes. This is surprising. Now he's just a pawn down for nothing. I was thinking he was trying to play on my somewhat weakened king position. Yeah, this is the last game. This is the last game. I didn't watch the clock actually when I started the game, this is actually a little bit longer than we planned for. Okay, it's not easy to play for a win in this position. He has good chances to escape to an endgame, a pawn down. That is holdable. Rook b5 maybe, yes. Yeah, it's and rook a8 was my idea, but he has a5 first. This is a bit awkward. Is there any way to do something? Probably not, yeah. And I have to be a bit alert because he's very quick, so what is this move? Yeah, he can do that. It's nothing special. There's no way to... I don't think there's a way to play for a win in this position. It's really difficult. Yeah, he's offering me a draw. I'm taking that. He's 2 minutes up. I mean, it's kind of painful because he just dashed out any kind of move without much consideration, and I should really win the game. Let's have a look there. I really want to check briefly why I screwed that up. Maybe I shouldn't have played queen f3. Maybe queen f3 was a stupid decision. I have the better king here, yeah. It's also queen e4. Yeah, maybe this is still more precise. I don't know. I should have gotten more out of that. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Any big question? How do we... Many questions. There's a question, have I given up on the Kalashnikov? No, I just play it once in a while. And I don't know, I tend to play all kinds of openings, and I think the Kalashnikov is very decent. But the problem is that I lack time to study, really. I lack time. And it's an opening where you want to know some lines. I mean, it's possible to make it up as you go along, but I'm not familiar with it. I like the book a lot, The Killer Sicilian, but it's something that I looked at some lines, but I didn't really, I mean, I would need to, if to make it playable on a good level, for me, or playable is the wrong word, if I feel confident to play it, I would need to invest really tons of hours, and it's not the time that I have at the moment. There's a question, will I post the Spanish opening series to YouTube? No, I did record that for the mentioned competitive platform, and it's only accessible in the area, in the premium area there, when it will be released. But as mentioned, I will also do, if you are an ICC member, there is also there will be videos coming up that I will do for ICC as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was a little bit longer than the 1 hour, and I hope it was enjoyable. I actually won a couple of points. This is nice. And this is really a high rating. I need to be cautious there. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back next week, I guess. Next week, same Monday. Okay, till then. Where is it? Here.